Hey guys, how's it going? Rockthevox back here again with some more Minecraft and Steven Universe chatting. So, Book Buddies has premiered this week, and I gotta admit, it's a nice little reveal going back to what life was like for the Crystal Gems before Greg, and before Beach City as we know it today, or at the very least, towards the end of the 80s. You're probably wondering how I figured this. Well, yeah, dress code. Yeah. I'm just gonna. Let's just. Yeah. It was the 80s. I'm kind of an 80s freak. In case you didn't recognize. Shout out to Atreyu! Ow, ow, ow! But. This is a dead giveaway just by Pearl, Garnet's, and Amethyst's outfit, especially Pearl's. I mean, yeah, that outfit. Uniquely 80s. Let's be nice about it, shall we? All seriousness, though, there's some kind of nostalgia to it that I just, even though I was never part of that era, I just really enjoy. Don't ask me why. I don't know. Wish I did. But needless to say, it's nice to know what the Crystal Gems, at least to some extent, or as far as the kids' imagination is concerned, can come up with to what the Crystal Gems were roughly like as far as the visual and as far as what Budwick came up with. And one thing that I don't think anyone's talking about is the crab carrier, as I'm calling it. I don't know the actual gondola's proper name, but it looks to be the same crab carrier that Blue Diamond used in... wasn't Story for Steven. God, what was that episode? I'm trying to remember the name, and it's bugging the heck out of me. It really is. It's episode where Garnet tells about how Ruby and Sapphire met. That episode. You see the crab carrier for the first time there with Blue Diamond. And looking back at the context of what we've gotten thus far in the series, yeah, I would want a cage around me too if one of my sisters just got shattered. Yeah. So, her reaction to beating feet and dipping out like that, yeah, totally and completely understandable. What I want to know is there are people out there who have proposed the theory that the Temple Fusion statue is what took down Pink Diamond. I don't think that's even possible. Mainly because it's generally assumed that Amethyst came after the war. Like, at least by 500 years, minimal. Which means Amethyst could not be there for the Temple Fusion to happen. That's my thought. Now, could Rainbow Quartz take it down a diamond? Possibly. Maybe. I mean, there is no such thing as a good war. If we're going to get into the details, the nitty-gritty, nasty, blood-soaked details, chances are what I think happened. And as I've discussed previously with the episode of Bismuth, Rose may have done an assassination because a straight-out conflict was probably too up close and personal to be successful. Rose would have been crushed. Pearl probably would have remained silent, knowing what would have happened, and there would have been no rebellion. So ultimately, an assassination attempt was the only viable option, I'm thinking. Now, I'm thinking like this as a 22-year-old guy who's mildly interested in combat tactics and stuff of that nature. Now, why do this? Well, as we finally get to see the mural of Pink Diamond, which I know a lot of us has been waiting for, and is proof positive that Pink Diamond is not, in fact, rose quartz. I know people have been really trying to push that even up till recently, until irrefutable evidence otherwise. Now, where was I going with this? Damn it! Apologies. Right. Given what we see from the mural, Pink Diamond only seems to have 1 or 2 stars in her possession, assumingly Earth. Now, if we assume that these 2 planetoids are the Moon and Earth itself, then that can also be assumed that the smaller spheres hanging around the larger spheres in the other diamond murals can be equally assumed to be planets that those diamonds control or have reign over particularly, and their moons. Just an assumption. Now, as far as the viability of an assassination attempt, Rose would have to catch Pink Diamond off guard real quick, up close and personal. Now, I don't know exactly how this would have happened. I'm sure the writers themselves are still figuring out the nitty-gritty details and might post a little thing about it sometime down the road. But the fact that Jasper was also Pink Diamond's soldier is also interesting, and is an interesting note to why Jasper always saw Rose as a rival. And to those of you who saying Jasper has a redemption arc, fat chance in hell. That is a snowball's chance in hell. Let's be honest here. I mean, I'm not going to say it's not impossible, but it's like 99.999999% not going to happen just because. I mean, Jasper doesn't really seem to be that much of a redeemable character. Needless to say, getting back to Book Buddies, I digress for the rambling. It's real interesting to see Rose hanging around a bunch of big cats, specifically lions. So, what lion is really kind of makes a little more sense as the hard light hologram with mass part of the rose quartz gem. So, I guess it's sort of confirmation because Rose liked lions? I mean, that's the only logical explanation I can think of. I guess you could say Rose was a cat person, but I guess that joke's been used already, but whatever. Needless to say, it's real interesting to see the direction the writers are going, and I'm really happy that they're able to tackle some of these harder issues with a little bit of subtext, because sometimes you just don't hear about some of these issues, and I'm glad they're tackling them, at least to some extent. Though, I'm really curious to see where the crab crawler, the thing that Blue Diamond used, is at. The gondola thing, don't worry about what it's named, because for the life of me, I can't even remember what I named it. Gotta love that memory loss. Sweet, sweet memory loss. Yeah, that's what happens when you have ADHD, kids. Yeah, if you're not moving, doing something, so you might hear me tapping on my keyboard. If you're not doing something, there goes the thought process. Or at least that is the way it is with me, which really kind of sucks. Because I'll be having a conversation, and it's gone. Getting back to Book Buddies, as I was saying before Minecraft decided to crash, it's real interesting to see the perspective of someone who came well before any other known character. It really is, and some of the more creative names, I kind of want to know, like, where the backstory is. Like, were those actual considered names at one point? Or were those just something created for this episode alone? I'm looking forward to next week's episode because I know they're going to be having, at least for a while yet, some more episodes coming up through the fall, once a week, which keeps my workload up, but gives me more time to talk about an episode in particular. I hope you don't mind me just flying around in Vice. It's a great way to explore the city. If you haven't already, taken a look at it. Is the IP. Just like that. No port information, no nothing else. It's also a website for this server as well. So, if you want to hop on and apply for Vice City's build time, please, by all means. I'm always interested in meeting new talent. I really am. Now that I've taken out and spoken at length a little bit, at the very least, about Steven Universe, yeah, in case you're wondering, I have lights to fix. I wanted to talk more about what you guys would like to see in Vice City. In fact, I had a subscriber show up on the server not too long ago. He was interested in checking out the Graza, which I'm currently flying to as we speak. And the reason there's not a whole lot of people on is because not a whole lot of people actually know about this, and I'm trying to get the word out about the server. And I'm not going to talk too much longer because I know I've already eaten up a lot of time. But, in case you're wondering, the texture pack I'm using is a custom pack just for Vice City. It's based heavily on Greenfield's pack originally, and then heavily influenced by Huntington's pack, as you can see by the nether brick fence here, and the nether brick stabs and stairs. Stabs? Stabs. 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 Slabs. And stairs. Also, as you can see, a very nice diamond plate texture. Now, I spent a long time on this ship, and if you guys want to help me at some point, hop on the server. By all means, I would much appreciate the help. It's been an ongoing project. It's a great showpiece as it sits from the outside, but it needs some more work on the inside, sadly. Which I am sad to say is the case. I mean, yeah, entire decks are empty like this. And yeah, that kind of sucks, because I really don't know how to do some of these decks up. Like, interiors take forever, and even if you could get a pattern going, it still takes forever because you gotta build it. It's just annoying. But, by all means, if you want to come on Vice, we have a college that possibly could use some updating. We have a railway system that in some places needs completion and updating. We have planned buildings in areas that are unplanned still as of yet. Case in point by where I'm flying at. This area, for instance, I really want to figure out what to do with, but I don't know what. I'm thinking maybe I'll dedicate a section to this as a truck depot. In fact, actually, that sounds like a really good idea. Let me just mark this out. And there are parts of the city that I'm still figuring out what to throw down because I know what the area is going to be, but it's still got to be figured out to what buildings are going where, because they're large plots of land that are divided up into less friendly neighborhoods. To those of you who are from the hood, you know what I'm talking about, especially those of you who may be from Miami. Some of you might recognize a little bit of a feel of less friendly territory. Looking at you, Hialeah. Looking at you. Not to say that there's anything wrong with Hialeah. It's just its reputation precedes it. It's not the nicest of places on the planet, and it's not a place you really want to go messing around with. But I digress. There will be a minor update where the server will be down for a while in the near future, and then we'll be back up, and then this version of the pack that I'm currently using with this oh so pretty water, just look at that pretty color, will be available for download in the link that will be provided at a later date. So, until then, stay tuned for more Steven Universe and Vice City, and I shall see you guys in the next video. Please, if you would, head over to D-San Hondo's channel. He does amazing artwork. Check out the video. Subscribe to mine and his channel because they're absolutely friggin' amazing for different reasons. And hopefully you have a great day. See you next time.